Ladies and gentlemen, the first game of SURI4 versus PAID. Winner moves on to tomorrow. Loser has to play another set to see if they stay in upper groups. As we look, let's take a look at Suri first. Suri, Marceau, Harugamo, Nevsky, Moskva, Petro, Des Moines, and then a Yamato and a Kremlin. First Yamato I've seen today. Happy to finally see it because there's been some other ones that I'm like, why are you taking this and not Yamato? But anyway, on the side of PAID, Gearing, Marceau, Daring, then Nevsky, Moskva, Des Moines, Petro, and St. Vincent, Ohio. And this will be a blast to watch, ladies and gentlemen. So we see the teams. Here we go. They are moving. We're going to watch to see what happens. Something I'm very interested to watch is how is this B cap going to be played on EU? Usually we can see a fair amount of cruisers going into, or pardon me, destroyers going into B, especially long range and long duration hydro cruisers like Z52 is sometimes brought specifically for this map. But it looks like it's going to be a standard Daring on one side, and looks like actually the side of Surrey's not going to touch it at all to start. Or at least if they are, they're not coming in on a straight up angle, which is interesting to see, and we'll have to keep an eye out to see what goes on with that. But Marceau and Des Moines skyrocketing towards A for the side of Suri. Marceau and Gearing heading along with the St. Vincent, the Nevsky, and the Moskva to C for PAID. And very heavy commitment here to C for PAID. Now, it is entirely possible one of these ships like the Nevsky is going to turn out and sit here on this island right in the middle of the screen. But if not, committing half your team to C, over half your team, is going to be very interesting, except for the fact that it's being matched over here by the side of Suri. So C is going to be a slog, and it's going to be traded back and forth a lot, I can already tell with the fact that there's so many ships going there. A is going to be an early cap and advantage for the side of Suri. The Daring is going to sit outside B. He's looking to see if anything's going to pop in. Nothing has popped in so far, but we'll have to keep an eye out to see if something does. But the Marceau and the Des Moines are going to go into A, and that's going to be brutal to try to take because you're not going to have a very strong chance to take it until that Des Moines is dislodged. Marceau and each team is fighting each other. Anakin versus Astaroth going on. Trade a little bit more in favor of Anakin, but still anybody's game when they're sitting on that much health. Shots out on the Moskva. Watch these. These are Ohio shells, ladies and gentlemen. Did they hit the Moskva right? No, they did not. They were just short. And so, C still being contested, A being taken. Looks like the Daring is finally going to back into B here and take B for the side of PAID, so that they will then be on a 1-to-1 cap ratio with C being contested. But early points do go the side of Suri. And a big hit onto Anakin. Pain Walker feeling the pain. He's down to 17k, 16k, just out of nowhere. A little bit of a trade onto Astaroth, but suddenly he's down 3,500, and that does not feel good. Other disadvantages, that now means that your Marceau has had to pull out of C, which you don't want to have either because now C is being contested. Moskva radaring, they see the Marceau, but nothing right now has the shots on it. Shells out onto the other Moskva of airsoft land, just an overpen worth of damage. Now chat, something you want to keep an eye on here. This Gearing, we're going to see if he is... This Gearing is running Legendary Gearing, so watch for him, especially with the long smoke, to execute the smoke here, get the Nevsky pushed up pretty far on this edge. We'll have to see where they want to get the Nevsky, but the Nevsky's going to have some really nice angles here. Shells out, B finally capped, so a 40-point lead and holding for the side of Suri. Nevsky of Turbo Woofer. Radars, he'll spot the Marceau, doesn't have the angle. Takes a little bit of chip damage from the other Nevsky. Shots in, they're trying to find him with the Yamato. No dice. Nevsky continuing to open up. He's trying to get Astaroth. They want to force him out of that cap, but it looks like there's just too many islands in the way. Shells coming in, we'll see if these ones hit. These ones do. Marceau backing in. He takes a chunk. Looks like he's about to go forward. He does, but ooh, down to 13k. And that damage that was put onto Anakin Painwalker has been traded back and more onto the Marceau of Astaroth. So he's going to back in and have to contest it again, but now the advantage is back in their favor. Gearing has been spotted. He is running away right now, so he doesn't take too much damage. Harugamo has been spotted. He's taken a little bit of damage there. They have not used the DCP yet, but shots out, seeing what they can get. Remember, no heal, so every bit of damage he takes can't be devastating. And the Marceau absolutely got murdered there by something. I don't know what it was. He's gonna live because he has the heal in 5, or the repair in 5 seconds. But being down to 3,000 health on a Marceau feels absolutely brutal. Max AR, sure, but I mean, I don't know what hit him there, but he just got walloped in between the times I looked at him. Suri's now crested 400 points. They're also sitting up about 50,000 health. But that can be rapidly brought back, ladies and gentlemen. Moskva about to be the victim of Yamato. And the Yamato comes in and, ooh, only one overpen. Yamato's in pain from that one. I know that feeling all too well. 2 caps now for the side of PAID, so they will start to crest the points back. And so the Nevsky and Harugamo out here are sitting. Pluto Lapiti Nubi is spotted, so Nevsky's going to take advantage of that smoke still lasting and try to get some shells out on him. Hits the first salvo, gets a bit of damage. Moskva of Ziris is taking some as well. Nevsky goes dark, spotted again, and now Woofer will continue to work him down. Now, because of that, you can see that this has turned into a retreating action for the side of Suri on C. Marceau's been pulled away to go contest B. Moskva's sitting there fighting the Petro off. And the push is now executing at A. We've got this push up of a Marceau, a Petro, and a Kremlin onto the island outside of A. So, Des Moines spotted the Marceau, wasn't able to do anything. Petro is now spotted. Petro's going to try to turn in. Ohio shells are out. They are just going to miss. Petro going to continue to try to get some shots onto him, but Giga Woofer has taken some damage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this one's very interesting to watch. Watch this daring. These torps look very interesting here. He's shooting because he wants to break the DCP before the second set gets there. He's not, but 1 torp on the nose, 62,000. Here comes the heal. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is another 4 coming right in. I think he's taken all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that Kremlin's down to 33,000. He can heal up to just over half health, but that man paid for his positioning with a lot of health. And that means that the health pool is now in the advantage of PAID. They've also got the 2 cap to 1 lead, and they are up 36 points now. Petro spotted. He's radared, but the Marceau got out. Marceau fortunately doesn't take any damage for Suri. But right now, this map position feels a lot stronger for PAID than Suri. Des Moines of Skytech takes a big chunk as he pushes across, down to 35,000. Meanwhile, Furry Fun still working on the Petro. Petro has a slight advantage, but the heal is being used right now. His DCP is down, and he is on fire, so that's going to whittle that advantage down quite a bit. Woofer about to have another heal. Let's watch these shells in. How these shells do on the Petro is going to be a very interesting sign. 1 overpen worth of damage. Petro down to 38,000. And as I look at this, chat, and we go out to a nice wide angle to look at everything, I'm looking and it's like, okay, so Suri needs to break out at A. The problem is they're trapped there right now. Rain's got 5 ships that are holding them in there, which is trapping them. And so they can't get out towards B. The Marceau doesn't have the health to contest B, especially with both a Moskva and Petro radar that would have more than enough room to spot him if you tried. I mean, if we go alt and look at it, look at that cap coverage. Cap coverage from Moskva to here. Cap coverage from Petro to here. That guy can't get into that cap without being spotted. And he's going to have to try at some point, but it's going to result in radars being used. And as long as the side of PAID doesn't double radar at the same time, they should win that. Oh, Marceau spotted. Petro is getting chunked, but the Marceau spotted 3,000 health, 2,200. Shells in, 800. And the first blood at just over 9 minutes goes to the side of PAID. They are up 1 ship, and now they've broken 700 points and the 200-point lead barrier. Nevsky of Turbo are getting pushed up. The side of SURI is just in full retreat right now at C. And they need, at this point, honestly, they need this Petro off the field. That's the first step to bringing it back. If you get a Mugu off the field, that frees up a lot of your push here with your Des Moines able to push up and contest as well, your Kremlin able to get out. But as long as that Petro still lives there, they're in a rough spot. Now, Petro's heal about to be done. Moskva does have the advantage and can, with time, whittle him down, especially with the Yamato helping. Let's watch the salvo, and that is a very tight-looking salvo if it hits. Oh, just short. Only takes a little bit off, but Petro down to 13,000 and ticking. He's got heals, but it's a minute. Will he survive a minute, especially with 2 more salvos coming out from the Yamato in that time? 9,200. His DCP about to be back up. Probably won't use it on this fire, but down to 7k, 6k. SURI looking to try to get that lynch point off. And remember, this also allows that Marceau of Cendrillon to get in. And they get the Petro with the Yamato's next salvo. So, points lead down to 160 temporarily. You gotta expect the Marceau's gonna charge in to try to challenge B, because they need to contest that. And this will allow the chance for the side of SURI to break out of A. It's still a very hard ask with a Des Moines there, and Ohio here, and a Moskva there. But they've got to break out of this jail cell or they are going to lose this game and be down 1-0. Kremlin takes a big chunk there. Mustache Mullet, which is a phenomenal name, by the way, down to 25,000. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, they need to break out, and it's a little easier without the Petro able to Citadel you if you come out. But you're just taking so much damage. Des Moines winning the fight on Master Joris slowly but surely. And the Kremlin has to tilt over this way. But he's also got to watch out. You know, Daring has the ability to conga line. And is the Kremlin about to get the Daring's Revenge Part 2? Because it sure looks like it. Kremlin turning in, but I think he's dead. Oh, and those Daring Torps are beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Even if they don't hit by the slimmest of margins, which, oh, that Kremlin gets very, oh, lucky he doesn't take any of those. I thought he was. But, man, Daring with those just barely missing, and Kremlin breathing a sigh of relief. And one thing I really want to compliment, Anakin Painwalker, since those early trades, he took another salvo, but he's been sitting on 7,000 health and being very, very selective in his engagement choices, which is keeping him alive. And that's what I was talking about. Like, he took damage, yes, but Rain put themselves in a position where he didn't have to contest a cap, and so he's able to stay alive. Unlike where SURI had to send in their Marceau to contest a cap, and he was dead, but even before he got to the cap. Kremlin down to 10k. He's got 12 seconds to heal. He should get the heal off here, even with the Daring shooting at him. 8 seconds. Yeah, Kremlin has gone dark. Kremlin will get off the heal, but how much will he last, ladies and gentlemen? And there's the Des Moines radar. They spot the Kremlin. Kremlin's healing up. Des Moines of Skytech 85 pushing forward as well. But with 940 points and 1 cap, it's 1:30 until the side of Rain wins, ladies and gentlemen. So, or, pardon me, PAID wins. And the Nevsky riding the border just got whacked, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking over here to check how this run was going. He goes down. It's 15 seconds. I don't see a kill anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, which means that PAID will be taking this game unless this Ohio goes down right now. But, ladies and gentlemen, the Ohio does not go down right now, and so PAID is up 1-0 against the side of SURI4. GG, well played to both teams. Here we go. And will SURI be able to pull it back and send us to a game 3? We'll have to find out.